In the past, people prayed to God. Now they pray. Prime orders arrive on time. Okay, come baby. Amazon, where dreams and prime orders are delivered. for listening to the Laugh to Prime podcast. Add to cart your feelings and check out the laughter. And if you didn't, don't worry. Amazon has a 7 business day refund policy. opening. MC, witty, slightly sarcastic. buy them a coffee.
They don't
because
write
they
code,
probably
but
haven't had a
developers
full
still have
night's
to
sleep
follow their
since
reports. And they're the
2020.
reason companies spend
Thanks for listening to
$50,000
the
on
podcast,
market
a
research.
title that sounds
Only
good,
to find out
but
that
actually
customers
hurts
still
your
prefer
brain.
50%
See you in the
discounts
next episode
over any other
when we
strategy.
explore Chief
In
Happiness
short,
Officer,
research
the
analysts
person
who
who
specializes
specializes
in
in
distributing
distributing
PowerPoint
smiley
magic
stickers
and
in the
Excel
MC Witty Voice. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program Strange But Familiar Jobs. Today, we are talking about a job that sounds as fancy as the LinkedIn title, Senior Enterprise Architect. It sounds like building a building, but in fact, MC. So next time you are frustrated because your app is broken, remember, behind that is a developer sitting there scratching his head, thinking, why does the bug happen on the user's machine while mine is running fine? And if you are a developer listening to this podcast, then sorry, that bug must be your fault. MC closing. This is Strange Doctor Technology Edition. See you soon, and don't forget, Control+S often, or this podcast will crash too. Not sure, boss. 9. The final climax scene. CEO in the meeting room, serious. Which field should our company invest in? Research analyst, showing slides, deep voice. Yes, according to the summary report, the brightest market is, pauses for 5 seconds, emphasizes, buy more software to analyze data better. CEO applause, great. Approve the budget now. Developer sighs, and then add a new dashboard. 10. Conclusion. MC, humorous concluding voice. In short, research analysts are special people. They don't make products, but they decide whether or not products get made. They don't write code, but developers still have to follow their reports. And they're the reason companies spend $50,000 on market research, only to find out that customers still prefer 50% discounts over any other strategy. In short, research analysts are Google with salaries, PowerPoint with magic, and Excel, ready to crash at any moment. Funny outro music, MC, winking voice. Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's podcast. If you are a research analyst, condolences or congratulations. You are the search heart of the company. lives. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along with us. Together, we'll keep finding the best stories to help you drift off nice and early. Take care, and see you next time.